back to Raid Cross Age of Titans, where we return after having made some major progress since the last episode. We are looking much more powerful than ever before, and today we are gonna continue getting into some fantabuloso nonsense and sharing some awesome tips as well that I have been picking up on along the way. Tips that y'all definitely want to go ahead and utilize after you download Raid Cross Age of Titans from that link at the very top of the description. Now that it has launched globally, it is available on Android, iOS, and PC, so it doesn't matter what you got, you're gonna be able to go ahead and hop on in to some Grand Cross Age of Titans action, baby. And of course, I don't want to say huge thank you to Grand Cross Age of Titans for sponsoring the video and supporting the channel, but without further ado, we are back. I have done a ton of upgrades over here to the castle, bringing it all the way up into level 10. I've also been doing a ton of research over here inside of the academy. Particularly, some of my favorite research I've managed to accomplish so far is unlocking all of the tier 2 soldiers over here between the cavalry, marksman, swordsman, you freaking name it. And now I have the ability to train these puppies, and that is something that you want to make sure that you are doing, at least in my opinion, like constantly, dude. Like, you want to make sure that you are always building up your army, because that's gonna be one of the primary ways you can go ahead and increase your power level. Another primary way that you can do that is also going to be by leveling up as some of your heroes. But here's the thing, you don't necessarily want to level up all of your heroes all the time, because if y'all go ahead and actually see here, the maximum amount that when it comes to deploying heroes onto the world map, for example, that we currently have is, well, as y'all can see at this point in time, it is 2. That is the maximum amount of heroes that we can deploy. So with that in mind, you want to be a little bit mindful when you are choosing the heroes that you do want to upgrade, because as y'all can see, the primary upgrades that I have been investing in have been in kind of these top 2 heroes that I have over here. And there's something really cool as well to make sure that you leverage is that as you do level up these heroes, whatchamacall, if I just go ahead and level up Galahad here one more time just for the sake of showing it off, right? Y'all can see that Galahad actually unlocks a talent, and they have these different talent trees and stuff they can go ahead and upgrade. I've been investing a lot in like increased damage and increased health and stuff like that, so just something that you want to go ahead and keep in mind over on that side of things as well. And I believe every time that you go ahead and level up one of these stars, you can unlock new skills, and then as you unlock new skills, you can get whatchamacall, in a separate fashion, you can get these mana stones here, and then you can use those to actually upgrade some of the existing skills that you do have unlocked. So definitely some pretty awesome things to keep in mind on that side of things for the moment. And another thing to keep in mind is that each of these heroes has different specializations, and we actually just got a specialization here that I do want to upgrade. So even though we can only at the moment deploy 2 sets of troops, I do still want to be able to upgrade Flynn over here a little bit, because I mean, I do have quite a lot of these scrolls over here to go and get some upgrades done, and Flynn's specialization is going to be the archer specialization, which is highly adept at commanding archer troops, and that's going to give us some incredible variety to the troops that we do have. Destina over here, for example, she has one where it's kind of balanced at commanding all troops. But listen, I like Flynn, and I like the fact that he's going to be able to be really good on the archer side of things. So I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade him at the very least to like level 10 over here, right? Especially because as we do continue doing some of these, like, there's going to be different sets of troops that we do want to deploy, right? And let's go ahead and actually utilize some of these stars that we have to upgrade that star level. And a new skill has been unlocked, which increases the attack by 2% for archer troops commanded by Flynn. You'll love to see that, and we'll go ahead and continue upgrading him a little bit, not a whole ton though, because you know, we only have so many of these scrolls whatnot to use, and the scrolls that we're using is not the only way to level up these heroes, right? Like, literally by sending them out into battles, they will also be able to gain levels as well. But if y'all follow me over here to the talent tree side of things, y'all can see that we do have some talents that I definitely want to get to doing. And why don't we go and increase, let's do the defensive archers, because maybe they'll be getting shot at by other archers. Increases damage dealt to monsters, increases marching speed, or increases the gathering speed. Let's increase that damage that we're doing, dude, because I'm preparing for war over here. Decreases counter damage taken from the troops outside of the range, and increases their affinity damage to enemy infantry troops. Let's level that up to make sure that we're doing a lot of infantry troop damage. So now, even though Flynn might not be one of my highest leveled heroes, we got 2 heroes over here that are going to be higher than Flynn. Flynn does have that archer specialization. And also over here, we do have a little bit of a free summon that I definitely like to capitalize upon. You can get multiple of those every day, which is just like a little cooldown in between between. And also, I have a bunch of scrolls here. Star, how the heck have you gotten all of these scrolls? So, there are many quests. Obviously, y'all have seen me going through the chapter, going through the story quest, and actually one of those story quests is going to be defeating some monster troops. So why don't we go over here to the world map and try to find some monster troops just after doing a quick little search-key-doodle, and then we'll go and make sure that we're staying busy while I'm explaining some of this stuff, because whatchamacallit, there is more than just these kind of like main chapter thing. There are also daily mission quests where as you complete more and more of these daily missions, and you can see the wide variety of things, and as actually defeating some of these troops will help us. But these all contribute towards helping you unlock every single day these sets of prizes, with the last one involving gems and advanced prayer book, which, you know, gets you the best chance of getting a legendary hero. Still trying to get one of the first ones of that for me, and there we go. We have defeated our first enemy. Let's go and send some of y'all over here, and they're just gonna be going on a fun little campaign, you know, doing a little bit of damage, having a ball, having a blast. But yeah, making sure that you are doing some of these daily missions, alliance missions. Star, you're an alliance? Yes, so yes, I am. I'll go over that a little bit more a little bit later. And side missions are all going to be fantastic ways of fantastic ways of gaining more loot and resources and stuff like that, and just kind of, you know, helping you advance along the way. But first things first, let's continue shrekking some of these folks over here, thinking that these monsters are gonna get the best of us. I think not. And voila, beautiful. We're doing a great job here with defeating them, and we're gonna go, and I do see another set, or yeah, there's a little group of monsters over here. We'll go and just kind of send both of our troops towards them to make sure that they are staying nice and busy. So far, we defeated 4 sets. We like to see that, but by defeating that 3rd set, boom shakalaka, we got a little bit of those daily mission points, and bang, we're able to open up one of these puppies over here with some very nifty prizes on the inside, and also some of those side missions. Well, bang, we are also able to make some nice progress in. Now, similarly to the side quests, there's also going to be, and I'll kind of go over this here after we kind of just finish destroying these troops, so I can then go and send them on to their next campaign down here. There are also going to be these events going on, right? There's a huge variety of events. All of them you want to make sure to capitalize upon, because check this out. Before returning for the 3rd day, I can heal. I just got 20 of these advanced prayer books that we're going to be popping out open. I love that. I love that a lot. Over here, spending gems, you can literally get little kickbacks for doing that. Over here, there's this ready for action thing going, or this ready for action event going on. You can actually see this event schedule as well to give you a little bit of a preview of things. We can just go ahead and claim a day 5 reward over there, and y'all can see a bunch of the various prizes over here. Whatchamacallit? Oh, no, y'all ain't done. All right, job ain't finished. And by combining our forces here and ensuring that both of our kind of groups of soldiers are attacking the same enemy, their efficiency at taking them down is positively peak, I tell you. So we'll go ahead and be doing that a little bit more. But then, like I was talking about with the events, there's also Operation Bunion Sweep over here, where we can wipe out the star fragment collecting bunions, and we can select a difficulty. So we'll actually go ahead into that here in a little bit. Right now, we're kind of like knocking some stuff out in the background. Y'all can see this brilliant glow where we can restore S-Star time that was lost his power to his former glory. We can send out aid materials, stuff like that. The Magnificent Theory, bang, bang, bang. Look at all of these things that we got coming our way. We got the Continuous Effort. We got some lovely prizes coming our way over there, and we are just seriously getting so much stuff. And let's make sure that, again, we continue sending the people over there to do their thing. And then after this, we will have completed this quest over here, which is nice. And then I'll let our troops kind of come back. We'll heal them up at our hospital, because that's definitely going to be something that we want after this little campaign they've gone on at the overworld, right? But, and then back at the event, yeah, there's also, whatchamacallit, we got Roxanne's gift over here, where you can come to the temple twice a day to thank the goddess for her grace and receive your gifts. I'll recover a little bit of stamina. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate that. And there you have a little preview of that stuff. But why don't we go and check out this Operation Bunion Sweep, and let's do this challenge. You cannot change the difficulty once you have selected it. The challenge on a very easy difficulty. Let's do it, and let's ascend it. Now, there are 35 stages, each of them coming with various rewards that we can get, as you can see. Let's go and send the challenge, and voila! The bunions have spawned right outside of our little base. We are going to absolutely murder them. And while that murder is going on, y'all can also see our beautiful little alliance territory over here, because yes, I have joined an alliance. Is this my permanent alliance? I'm not sure yet, because I do want to be able to open up an alliance for all of y'all to be able to join in, and we can, you know, literally tackle whatchamacallit, everything that Grand Cross Age of Titans has to offer as a snipe squad, as an ancient snipe alliance, so to speak, and we can do this all together. So there's a good chance that I do kind of dippity-doo-dah-dippity-day my way out of this alliance at some point in the future so that we can start our own from scratch. But in the meantime, it is serving its role because being able to have alliance members is so helpful. One thing is because, bang, you can assist alliance members and help them speed up some of their like processes and buildings and stuff like that that they are working on. Also, what bang, we have completed that. You love to see that. If we make our way over here, we can see that we have completed the first stage of that Bunyan event. Let's go ahead and summon up that second stage, and why don't we march this time? Let's send out our new friend to go and do a little bit of our bidding here with that archer specialization and send out all of those archer troops and see what we can accomplish. And yeah, check that out, dude. Because of the fact that it is an archer group of whatchamacallit, an archer group, we were able to engage from further away than the melee-based bunions over here were able to. So pretty solid. And actually, hold on, they are doing like a little bit of damage, so I'm gonna send in like reinforcements because that is something that we can do because we're getting strategic, baby. And I don't want too much damage to come to, you know, my archer corps here because that will then involve healing them, and I would like them to, you know, kind of survive as much as possible because these bunions have gotten a tad bit more difficult, but we should be more than fine. Not at all worried, not at all stressed. Bada bing, bada boom, and they are done. But now comes the time for us to heal, utilizing the hospital. Like I was saying, that is definitely something that we want to do because we have suffered some losses, but those losses should get taken care of pretty quickly. And again, check it out. We can request that assistance that I sent out to my alliance members, they can send back right my way, which I do love to see. And you also know what you love to see? We got this, we still got one more daily free summon. We're gonna go knock that out, and nothing too crazy, a little bit of wood. But now we also have a lot of these various scrolls from that nonsense that we were getting up into. Let's pop open 10 of these puppies and hopefully get our hands on some new heroes. When you get duplicate heroes, you get some of those mana stones that we saw, or those gemstones a little bit earlier that you could use to go ahead and upgrade their skills. But also the thing I love about getting these is that they also do give you like a little additional reward of some troops. And another duplicate, man. I'm still holding out to get our hands on our very first legendary hero because we still do not have one of those to our name. The odds of us getting one are low, don't get me wrong, but you know, we've been opening up quite a few of these puppies, so hopefully our luck takes a turn for the better here at some point in the near future and we can have a little bit of fun with that. But all right, we still got a few leftover scrolls over here. Let's continue opening them one at a time. Skipping over the animation so we can maximize our efficiency. Skipping it. All right, there we go. And I think this might be the last one that we have, or we might have a few more. Kayla, what's up, Kayla? Thank you for the troops. I appreciate that. Thank you for bolstering my ranks. And there we have it. We're all cashed out there. We do have some normal prayer books that we can go ahead and utilize, and we should be getting some, okay, we only got one hero from that, but I was hoping to get more, but I guess the advanced prayer books are better at doing that. But okay, we got 2 that time around, and with them some bonus troops, which I do love to see. And now that should have bolstered our ranks pretty heavily. We just healed up all of our troops, which I do also love to see as well. And all in all, things are going pretty good if you ask me. Now, if we want to ultimately wrap up this chapter, also let's go and claim some more of those daily rewards. Let's claim that chest for 80. You absolutely love to see that. And now let's make our way over to advancing the main story, which is really something, it's just something you want to do. It unlocks more, it really does unlock more things. And also you can get some great loot along the way. Like for example, after we finish this, we'll be getting our hands on 10 more advanced prayer books. So we will be doing some more openings. But first things first, we got to win over here in territory tree 1. So let's go and start that battle right over here, and we are gonna be sending in yeah, I say we send in the horsemen because those are pretty powerful, and then let's send in the melee troopers. And unfortunately, I do not have the ability to deploy more troops at this point in time. I wish I did though, because that little combination would be lethal. But let's go and let us engage in battle, and hopefully what I'm trying to do here is get a little pincer movement going on and kind of squeeze in on that enemy over there so we can really kind of focus fire some of the weaker enemies, eliminate them as soon as possible, and then move on to kind of focus firing on these stronger enemies near the end. But thanks to all of the power leveling that we've been doing, increasing our power level, just recruiting more troops, leveling up our heroes, as y'all can see, we are making light work of these enemies, and that is a victory coming our way. Bay.
This is the land of the Mashan. Don't do anything stupid or you'll lose your lives.
Well, that's concerning, because I consider myself the king of stupid. And with that, we can also, yeah, we do have now enough combat power to go ahead and clean up this little area of our kingdom, and as a result, we also do save some troops, which is pretty cool, so definitely something that we will be doing. Thank you very kindly over there. And we should now be able to claim that and wrap up the chapter. And with that, 10 of those scrolls coming our way, and the Tragic Tribe chapter is underway. Now, we do have a new set of quests over here. Luckily, I've already completed some of these just because of some of the work that I've been doing, but it's now time for us to actually go and build our very first gold mine, which I will happily be doing. Let's go and throw that puppy right over there. Voila. And we can start collecting a little bit of that gold resource out of that puppy. Wabang, thank you very much. And while we are at it, let's go ahead and make sure that we are upgrading, just knocking out some of these easy peasy quests over here that really should take us like a few second tops to do. Every time that we get a little bit of help, this gets fast forwarded by a minute. So bang, those 2 upgrades we needed for the storage are nice and donezo. And ultimately what everything does kind of like what most chapters end in is having to upgrade your castle. And actually by building, we were not able to upgrade our castle anymore until we built that gold mine that we just built. So now what I'm probably gonna do is before I sign off for the day, I'll make sure to have the castle construction get underway, because that is one of the heftier ones. But as you can see, that's gonna be the one that allows us to deploy our 3rd set of troops. And actually, man, with that in mind, maybe I'll use a bunch of my boosts and fast forwards to knock that out a little bit faster, because I really do want that. And let's go and actually start researching that building tech over there as a part of that one quest. And actually, something really handy over here is that whenever there's something that we could be doing, usually our advisor over here actually tells us about it to ensure that we are kind of like staying on top of things and always kind of, you know, just make sure that we are maximizing our efficiency, so to speak. So we got that going on. We're training plenty of soldiers in the background. We can start gathering some resources out in the world, and we got to go and win that 3-2 battle and upgrade our embassy up to level 10. But honestly, you can see she's telling us to do some upgrades right now. But no, what I'm gonna be doing is let's start upgrading the castle. Let's request a little bit of help. And dude, like, man, let's use all the boosts that we can, man. It hurts me a little bit, but you know what? We're gonna do it, because I want to be able to show off the ability of deploying that 3rd set of troops, especially because we were just upgrading that archer hero, and guess what? Now, no longer is it like as situational where we gotta, you know, kind of pick between which 3 heroes that we want to be deploying, but rather, like, we're just gonna be deploying Finn anyway. Like, what's there not to love about that? Like, it's just such a no-brainer for us to do that. And let's go. And actually, we got a nice little day 2 prize over there that we can be claiming. Thank you very kindly. And oh, that does remind me as well about another thing that we want to do. We can actually make our way over here into the pass as well, and we got some weekly missions that we were able to knock out, and wabang, claim some points towards the pass, and wabang, claim the associated reward, something that you do love to see. But I've been sidetracked. I was talking about not the Alliance, although why don't we go and actually, yeah, let's donate over here to the rest of our alliance and help them try to research some of these various things at the alliance level, like for example the upsize tech, which allows us to increase the alliance member limit. As y'all can see here, there's a whole like dedicated alliance member research alliance level research tree over there, which is pretty cool. But then no, what I was talking about, what I wanted to do is, whoa, the arena. This is going to be an additional method for us to be able to go to battle, gain resources, and also some pretty nifty rewards along the way, both daily rewards and season rewards. So without further ado, y'all can see here, we have our defending troops. So by kind of setting this up, and we actually just got that 3rd set of, whoa. Actually, hold on. Are my archers already kind of, yeah, why don't we reset this entirely? Okay, no, okay, so this doesn't pull from our pool of units. This pulls from kind of like some pre-designated like ones here. So all right, why don't we start then in that case with some elite marksmen in the back. Let's get the gladiators in the front, and then on the flank, do we get some more gladiators or do we get some knights maybe? I mean, she's pretty good with knights. All right, I'm pretty happy with how all of that has come together. and you can like kind of like, you know, set up how you want your units set up to defend when others attack you, because essentially what that means is that anytime someone attacks me in the arena, they're gonna be on the other end of what y'all are about to see, because we are gonna go and engage in exactly one of those battles. Why don't we go and deploy some marksmen over here in the back, and without further ado, I mean, let's begin the battle and let's see how this goes. Now, luckily, we do have some strength in numbers. Now, this one we are not able to control ourselves. It is a little bit more kind of like kind of preset in that regard. You can control the original starting position, but you cannot kind of have an actively manage the troops in battle like you can during some of the other instances that we have had. But as y'all can see, things are getting pretty intense, and we are, appears to be taking the lead, because we do have a little 2v1 action going on with the battling of their level 19 character here. None of our, okay, we did just cross over into the yellow over here, but both of their heroes went over into the yellow faster than ours did, which is encouraging. We are doing some good damage over here, and we should have this in the bag. I mean, you gotta tell that from the beginning, because I mean our power level just kind of pretty heavily outmatches theirs by about 150,000 or so, which is pretty cool. But we can see the rest of this battle play out, and as soon as our little 2v1 situation wraps up the level 19 character here, all of our troops are going to be able to focus on the level 6 character. And when that starts to happen, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a massacre, because now the real pincer attacks are starting with the 3v1 and the damage output that we are able to partake in on this character. Unmatched, never stood a chance. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And well, bang, y'all can see some of those prizes that we do get from doing that little arena battle. And as you can see, that does help us gain rank within the arena as well. And by gaining rank within the arena, we will be able to increase whatchamacallit. So we're currently in the 201 to 500. So every day we get this reward. At the end of the season, we'll get that reward. But as we continue moving up in the ranks, the rewards that we get both daily and at the end of the season will improve as well. So definitely some incredible things on that side of things that you want to do. Got the Demon Extermination, got the Decoration contest, got the Kingdom Chronicles over here, 16 where we're trying to capture as many watchtowers as we can, and y'all can actually see some of those watchtowers over here in the world. My base is actually right next door to one of these. Well, bang, we got a little watchtower right there. Actually, JK, I was horrifically confused. That's a command center. We have a little watchtower over there. Allow me to clarify. Then, of course, our gate over here in the center of our little kingdom as well. But y'all can see our alliance is, I mean, doing pretty freaking cool over here, man. And we can continue zooming out if we do want to really try to get a more holistic view of things. And y'all can see we've got a nice little kingdom growing over here in the massive, massive world. Yeah. A very massive world. We've just got that tiny little corner over there, but don't worry, we will continue expanding and turning this place into our own. You know? But all right, while we're at it, whatchamacallit, let's go and just in the background while things are going on, this embassy construction is probably gonna take a little bit of time. Actually, yeah, we gotta upgrade our academy first before that gets done, and that's in the middle of a tech tree, or researching technology, and since this building is working, we cannot currently upgrade it. So why don't we start upgrading the hospital in that case, and that's gonna take a little bit of time, so we can have that kind of like going on in the background over there, just kind of like try to maximize our efficiency, because we're gonna need a few upgrades before we can upgrade the embassy. We got the technology researching. We got to go out and start gathering resources in the world 4 different times. So now that we can deploy, now that we can deploy 3 sets of our troopers here, this is actually going to go by even faster, which I absolutely do love to see. And over here, we're gonna go and deploy some of those archers. And what do we have here? It's like a level 2 mine. Yeah, why don't we go and, oh, that will begin a war. Let's not begin a war at the moment. I don't think my alliance would appreciate that. Let's just start gathering some resources all willy-nilly over there. And try not to start a war, because listen, man, I'm new to this alliance. I'm not trying to be the one to get us in legal trouble, so to speak, you know. And all right, we'll be claiming some of that. And we can see that our troops continue reaching their destinations. They'll start gathering out some of those resources there. And there should be a cheeky way that we might be able to get around this if I just start returning those troops and send them right back. Will that accomplish what I'm looking for? Yep. And there we go. So now we can just have our troops kind of just out and about in the world, gathering resources that they can then bring back and allow us to utilize and leverage to, again, just kind of continue improving our kingdom within the kingdom level and stuff like that. But the cool thing is, even while our troops are out abroad trying to battle for us and trying to help us out, we can still take this opportunity. Oh, we're gonna have to get a little bit more combat power before we can do that, and more combat power before we can do that. I mean, we can still take this opportunity and actually deploy them in battle with the kingdom battles here. So those are actually not like exclusive of each other, if that makes sense. And okay, this is gonna be like a split little area here, so let's deploy some of those there, and then let's get you there. And beautiful, we are gonna have a little 2v1 going on here. Why don't we get the archers to help with the weaker level 18 troops over here, because I think our level 19 should be able to do pretty all right over there. And yes, so far so good. Let's make sure that our archers are staying engaged here, and we should be able to make light work of that battle, which I do love to see. Some more resources coming our way, and we have unlocked some more treasures. We just have to get some of these items first before we can actually start collecting. Okay, there we go. I'll purify that and get that reward. Thank you very kindly, because we have now unlocked the fountain statue. And we need to get a lot more combat power before we can do some of that other stuff. Got to get a key before we can do that. And we can actually, by defeating some of these elite enemies, get our hands on some of those keys. It's all right, without further ado, let's get into some of these elite battles so I can get some of those keys and start cashing in on all the beautiful things that's gonna be bringing our way. Let's go get those archers on the back line. We got our strongest cavalry on the front, and to battle we shall go. And dude, you love to see that the archers just positively capitalizing upon the fact that they are a ranged unit. These dudes are shooting right across the gosh darn river. If that is not a strategic advantage, I do not know what is. And guess what, baby? Not only do we have top tier strategery on our side, but on top of it, we just so happen to have some very, very powerful units as well leading the charge, which will lead us to an easy peasy. Okay, this last unit's taking a little bit harder to kill, or taking a little bit longer to kill than I was expecting. But, and also let's go and utilize some of those healing to help the troops out a little bit, because Galad's troops are dropping, but we should be able to defeat the spiky mushrooms right in the nick of time. And then we have victory, and we got the little gold key number 1. Let's go and claim it and get our hands on 100 VIP points and an advanced prayer book. And let's go and defeat this other elite enemy so we can go and open up the other whatchamacallit key that we had an opportunity to do this time. Not as good of an opportunity. I feel like for the ranged units, there really was not a formation, really wasn't a formation where like the archers would spawn in right behind. So I did like go with kind of like 2 melee units in this particular battle, just because, you know, I feel like strategically speaking, it just made the most sense. And luckily our battle is going right the way that we wanted it to. And yeah, having 2 powerful armies of melee units is able to do a nice bit of damage. And where was wasn't there like another key? It's over here. Yeah, yes it was. We got another key over here, and wabang. That is looking good. Good. And then let's go over here to the star fragment, where we should now have a few loosey-goosey normal scrolls. And by a few, I mean 1. But we definitely have 10 of the advanced prayer books over here. And maybe we'll get our very first legendary, dude. I've been trying forever. No, still no. Another one. Give me some more, man. Come on, please. Can this finally be the day that a legendary appears? Just straight rares. That's all right. One of these days we will get a legendary, gosh darn it. But hey, I appreciate all the units that we are getting. That is definitely pretty nice if you ask me. But all right, let's back on out of there. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that leaves us off at a pretty good point. All things considered, we've made some impeccable progress, great improvements to the kingdom, incredible improvements to our power and our army. We're utilizing everything that we can between the main quest, the side quests, the events, the whole shebang to level up and gain as much resource and experience and all that jazz as we can. And we do have the premise of having joined an alliance, and I'm thinking the next time we go and start trying to kind of really tap into some of what the alliance is PvP side of things may or may not have in store for us, but that's something to look forward to in the very next episode of Grand Cross Age of Titans. Reminder as well, go ahead and link in the top of the description to download Grand Cross Age of Titans now that the game has launched globally and across all platforms, so be sure to go ahead and get to that absolutely ASAP, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And I'm looking forward to seeing you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on the battlefield and hopefully within my alliance as well. And of course, huge thank you to Grand Cross Age of Titans again for sponsoring the video and supporting the channel. But with that said, with that done, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to start bringing an end to this episode of Grand Cross Age of Titans. Thank you guys for holding and for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.